Recently, my friend posted an Insta story about a Robert Pattinson movie. This made me curious, but I couldn't find time to watch it in theaters. That movie was Mickey 17. The movie starred Robert Pattinson and was directed by Parasite and Snowpiercer director Bong Joon-ho. It low-key reminded me of Ender's Game, but unlike Ender's Game, it was silly, fun, dark, and serious about its pitch and nature of its characters. It's a story about a future space expedition spearheaded by a failed politician turned volunteer for a space program. Shows the aftermath of an advanced technology that can print live humans, a cloning machine which is misused by people to commit petty crimes like murder. This leads to banning of this cloning technology. But Mark Ruffalo, who plays the villain, proposes that they must be granted permission to conduct this cloning experiment in space while searching for an habitable planet for human race, in which one person per planet can be allowed to use this underclass expendable. This expendable person is Mickey, whose job is to die for a living. He is experimented on, sent to do deadly tasks, etc., for the benefit of everyone. Once he dies, a new clone of Mickey would be printed out of a machine using organic waste material of the spaceship. New Mickey would be an exact replica down to its core memory. All the experiences and memory are stored inside a brick shaped memory chip. These new memories are then transferred to the new clone after the reprinting in order to avoid gaps in memory. Mickey didn't know about the consequences of volunteering for the expendable program. He just wanted to get away from the planet. He and his partner were indebted to a dirty loan shark called Darius Blank. Blank is infamous for hunting down people who fail to repay their loans from every corner of the world. His henchmen would chop his victims with a chainsaw. He thought there is no way to escape as long as he is on the planet. While Mickey chose to be a lab rat for Science Geek at Expedition, his partner got to be a fighter pilot despite getting his learning license a week ago. Everyone is familiar with Mickey on the spaceship. Most people don't care about him, often asking him how it feels when you die. Some are sympathetic towards her, like Commander Kai, who got him into the program, and a girl at the lab who treats him more as a person and less as a guinea pig. Mickey also has a girlfriend called Nasha. She is a security agent who loves Mickey unconditionally. She supports him and is always available. She even comforts Mickey during his first experiments on him by wearing hazmat suit and sitting in an ice chamber comforting Mickey during before dying. Mickey and Nasha are very close. They develop code names for various sex positions. She made Mickey so comfortable that first 4 years on the ship went joyfully, which would have felt like 40 years otherwise. After 4 years, Mickey starts dying. He was sent in the atmosphere once they arrived on the new planet. He got infected with a deadly virus from the air. He was quarantined until they created an antidote which allowed others to survive in the new climate. It led to further exploration. Four explorers are sent for a search where they find a new creature who attacks them. One of the explorers, called Jennifer, panics and starts shooting at an alien on the ice cap, which leads to the entire ice crash on her, leading to her death. Mickey gets blamed for the incident and is punished by reducing half of his ration. He is sent alone to collect DNA samples from his new species. Here he falls into a very deep crevice, but he survives the fall. A pilot comes to check on him. He leaves after chatting for a while, thinking Mickey will die eventually of hypothermia. Mickey notices a giant creature coming towards him, but it doesn't harm him. Instead, it drags him to the top to a place swarmed with little creepers. They are called creepers by the leader because he thinks they are creepy. So Mickey is pushed back to the surface. Mickey finds it weird. He thinks due to constant cloning he tastes bad or smell off to the creepers. He then returns to the base. When he jumps on the bed, he notices another Mickey already sleeping in his bed. Original Mickey is Mickey 17 and the new one is Mickey 18. When 17 failed to return, they presumed he is dead and reprinted another body as usual. This phenomenon where multiple clones of a same person are made is the reason this tech was banned on Earth. These clones are termed as multiples. 17 is confused and shocked, but 18 is more focused on killing 17 to get rid of him as he is the older version. 17 is knocked out by Mickey 18 and dragged into a burner called Cycler. He wakes up in the middle and a fight ensues. 17 tries to reason with 18 that they could still leave half the work, half the ration, die on even and odd numbers, but 18 didn't listen. But things got even more complicated when Nasha finds out about both Mickeys. Instead of panicking or reporting them immediately, she is weirdly excited to her. They are both still Mickey. But the ship's law is very clear. Multiples are illegal. If they are discovered, both will be executed immediately. Mickey 17 is timid, soft spoken, and emotionally exhausted after years of dying again and again. Mickey 18, on the other hand, is aggressive, angry, and far more violent. It feels like all the suppressed frustration of every previous Mickey got concentrated into this version. He hates how everyone treats them like disposable trash. While hiding from the crew, both Mickey learning more about the creepers. They realize the creatures are not mindless monsters. They are intelligent, social, and far more peaceful than humans assumed. The only reason they attacked earlier was because humans kept entering their territory with guns. Mark Ruffalo's character, however, doesn't care. He wants complete control over the planet and sees the creepers as pests. He, begin near, he begins planning a mass extermination of the entire species while also using the fear of multiples to maintain control over the ship. Things go out of the control when 18 decides that simply hiding isn't enough anymore. He wants revenge against everyone. Everyone who used Mickey as a human lab rat. He starts becoming more and more unstable. 17 tries to hold everything together while also questioning his own existence. If a new version of you always be printed, then what even makes you human anymore? The final act turns into a weird mix of dark comedy, existential crisis, and chaos. There are failed assassinations, political speeches, creature stampedes, and both Mickeys running around trying to survive without getting caught. What I really liked about the movie was how it chose sci fi to talk about human value. Mickey is literally treated like a recyclable object. Everyone is used to watching him die so much that his suffering becomes normalized, even when he starts accepting it like it's just his job. Robert Pattinson absolutely carries the role, playing two different versions of the same person without making it feel gimmicky as hard. Even one feels like a broken puppy while the other feels like a ticking time bomb. The movie isn't perfect, sometimes it feels too silly during serious moments, and some side characters feel cartoonish. But overall, it's a very unique sci fi film which feels old school yet modern at the same time. It's funny, depressing, romantic, absurd, and uncomfortable all at once. A very Bong Joon Ho experience.